Welcome back. On Saturday, the Venice Holiday Parade will once again roll down Venice Avenue.
But for many who have tried to reserve a grassy spot along the parade route, they've encountered signs telling them to stay away at least until later tonight. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley is joining us live from Venice with more tonight. Christopher.
Well, Scott and Haley, it is a holiday tradition for so many, especially the folks who have already begun to stake their claim along Venice Avenue. But this year there are some added rules. No tarps, stakes, or ropes. For most of us, leaving your sofa at home seems pretty obvious. But think again. In years past, some people have brought their entire sofas to downtown Venice.
I was thinking that might be just a tad bit of overkill.
Tracy Ivy has been coming to the Venice Parade for 16 years. Last year, she came downtown a few days before the parade and saw a sofa on the side of Venice Avenue. Not something you usually see.
It's really interesting when you come down and you see that. You think, oh my heavens, these people are really serious about this. We're not going in those little old folding chairs. We're going first class.
City officials posted these signs pointing out a city policy prohibiting people from putting anything out until Wednesday night at the earliest.
Last year, people put out tarps and blankets and chairs and actually couches, and that was destroying some of the landscaping and grass along the Venice Avenue.
The chief of police's bigger concern, rather than landscaping, is public safety. Imagine a blanket flying into oncoming traffic.
We want to make sure that things like blankets and chairs don't blow into the roadway and potentially cause an accident.
This is where items left out too soon end up, the Public Works Department on Seaboard Avenue. When we visited on Tuesday, there was only a lone chair and blanket. A stark comparison to last year when Public Works officials say they had to open up a parking lot to hold all the items left out too soon. Now, there is still about a half an hour until these folks can technically leave their things here on Venice Avenue. The parade is on Saturday night. If you by chance had something confiscated by the Venice Police Department that was left out here, you can pick it up at the Venice Public Works Department on Seaboard Avenue. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Christopher. Those are some committed parade watchers.
Good seats, though, right up front.
Very good.
Yeah, that's a good spot. And hope to see everybody down there on Saturday night. Always a huge crowd at the Venice Holiday Parade. And wow, we've had some great weather lately and some clouds finally in the sky. Haven't seen those in a while, Bob.
Yeah, I tell you, the clouds are associated with the blow-off from the storms to the west of us, and there have been times for that Venice parade that we have had some rainfall and some colder temperatures, but not this year. This cold front is going to move through and cool things down just a little bit for the parade goers and the parade folks that are in the parade on Saturday night, and it should be okay, though. The front will blow on through. We have had some lower clouds around and some upper clouds as well pushing on out ahead of that front. Some rough weather across parts of Michigan right now, and there's been some delays in Detroit and also in Minneapolis earlier, some minor delays. We're not talking hours, we're talking half hour for the most part. And then this is heading off to the northeast, so it could be a lot worse across the nation for you waiting for your folks to arrive or your people to arrive here along the Sun Coast, and not too bad. Beautiful sunset again. Clouds making a little bit more color out there, and 77 degrees. The dew point is at 58. That number's come up. 30-15. High pressure usually means nice weather, and that's what we're going to see through the evening. Just a few clouds around. Temperatures on the warmer side, though, into the mid-60s. We'll have more on Thanksgiving forecast as well as the weekend in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. An update on the accident that left a 10-year-old boy dead after riding the tallest water slide in the world. Officials at the Schlitterbahn Water Park in Kansas say the water slide will be torn down. In August, Caleb Schwab was killed and 2 women were injured after going down the slide. Rafts on the ride dropped 17 stories at speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. The accident is still under investigation. The ride will be removed once that investigation is over. In New York, fans lining up to see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade tomorrow will be seeing something a little less sightly than those famous floats. The New York Police Department is boosting security by adding dump trucks filled with sand along the 2.5-mile parade route. 80 trucks will be used in all to create a barrier. 3,000 officers will also be on patrol. Authorities say more security will be used this year in the wake of the recent attacks in France and following a recent statement from the Islamic State group claiming that the parade is an excellent target. Police say there is currently no credible threat.
Caught on camera in an attempted robbery and shooting at a Central Florida ATM, police are crediting the victim's actions for saving his own life. The victim was at a Wells Fargo branch in Osceola County when the men approached the car. They demanded he get out, but instead he hit the gas and escaped. He was shot in the arm, but is recovering. Sheriff's deputies say his decision to keep his car in drive rather than in park may have saved his life and is a good lesson for everyone.
Could be something that could help you in a situation like that. Again, we would suggest that anyone who has to go to a drive-through ATM to possibly do it in a well-lit area and during daylight hours.
Police suggest using the ATM during the daytime, as you heard, when the sun is out. Also, if you're put in a risky situation, you should comply with the suspect's demands.
President-elect Donald Trump is broadening his administration with 2 additional cabinet appointments being announced today.
The new additions may indicate a shift on how he plans to govern the nation. ABC's Lana Zak has the latest.
Betsy DeVos, the nominee for Education Secretary, and Nikki Haley, the nominee for UN Ambassador, are strong Republican leaders, but their selection to join the president-elect's cabinet demonstrates a departure from his previous nominees. Not only are the 2 the first female appointments, and in the case of South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, the first person of color to join his administration, but neither were supporters of Mr. Trump on the campaign trail.
Marco Rubio!
Governor Haley supported Marco Rubio. Her State of the Union response considered an indictment of Mr. Trump.
Some people think that you have to be the loudest voice in the room.
But after the election, Governor Haley called Mr. Trump a friend, now saying, when the president believes you have a major contribution to make to the welfare of our nation and to our nation's standing in the world, that's a calling that is important to heed. Ms. DeVos, an advocate for school choice, was a delegate for Ohio Governor John Kasich, but now tweets, "I'm honored to work with the president-elect on his vision to make American education great again." Ms. DeVos doubled down on a campaign promise of Mr. Trump's, saying she was against Common Core. Though she had previously been a member of pro-Common Core organizations, this was a key platform issue of the president-elect.
We're going to end Common Core. We're going to have education, an absolute priority.
Meanwhile, Dr. Ben Carson says an announcement is forthcoming about his role in the administration, and there's been some public jockeying over the head of the State Department, with Mitt Romney, Rudy Giuliani, and David Petraeus all vying for that top diplomatic role. Lana Zak, ABC News, Washington.
The president-elect is also facing questions this week over his international business ties.
While it's not illegal for a sitting president to run a business, it is raising questions over ethics. Trump is reported to have business dealings in at least 25 countries. During the campaign, Trump said he would put his wealth into a blind trust, but experts say his plan to have his children manage those assets does raise complications.
Well, of course a blind trust can work, but you have to sell the assets. You can't just put the assets in a blind trust and pretend you don't own them. That's not a blind trust. You have to dispose of the assets first through an initial public offering or some other plan.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, we'll take a closer look into just how far-reaching Trump's international empire goes and hear from political experts about how the president-elect can avoid conflicts of interest. The number of children in foster care is on the rise in the U.S. 5 states, including Florida, account for more than 60% of children in the foster care system. The most dramatic increase has been in Georgia. The foster care population there skyrocketed from about 7,600 people 3 years ago to now 13,000. That was just last month. Florida, Arizona, Indiana, and Minnesota have also seen an increase in children being placed in foster care. As of this past March, 10,000 children in Florida were in licensed foster care homes. There are about 415,000 children in foster care throughout the United States.
On December 1st, around 4 million more workers would have been eligible for overtime pay, but now that might not happen. The U.S. District Court in the Eastern District of Texas is putting in a nationwide injunction preventing the Department of Labor from moving forward with a new overtime rule until it can be further examined. If the new rule is put into place, it would more than double the salary threshold that employers must pay overtime to their workers. The overtime protections would apply to workers making up to $900 a week or $47,000 a year. Here on the Suncoast, malls are extending their hours to give shoppers more time to hunt down some bargains. The University Town Center Mall will be open for Thanksgiving shoppers from 6 p.m. to midnight. Not all stores will be open, but the mall will then close on Black Friday at 10 p.m. The Westfield Sarasota Mall will be open from 6 p.m. to midnight on Thanksgiving and then from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Black Friday. The Westfield Southgate Mall will be closed on Thanksgiving, but they will open at 8 a.m. for some Black Friday shopping.
I say wait till Friday.
And a lot
enjoy
of
your day tomorrow.
Right, and a lot of the deals extend to Saturday, sometimes even Sunday. So, you know, the crowds have died down by then. That's what I always do.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, some bad news in the efforts to find a cure for Alzheimer's as a promising drug fails in clinical trials. What comes next now for researchers?
Plus, with millions of people planning to hit the road this holiday weekend, what help is being offered if you find yourself in trouble?
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And now, during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Alex Karras Lincoln's holiday sales event is here. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
A drug involved in a large clinical study of treatment for patients with Alzheimer's disease doesn't make the grade. ABC7's Alex Redmond joins us with more. Alex.
Thanks, Haley. The Eli Lilly drug known as Sola fails in its third clinical study, ending hope that this treatment can slow the mind-robbing progressive disease. A major letdown for a drug study involving Alzheimer's patients.
So what the company Eli Lilly did was
focus on 2,100 patients who were all in the early stages. And the hope was that they were going to respond because that group had responded previously.
The drug and antibody given intravenously called solanezumab, or SOLA, that detects and destroys amyloid in the brain, has not been approved, says Roskamp Institute's Executive Director Michael Mullen.
Unfortunately, there's been no change in their cognitive state, in their mental functioning, between those that received the antibody and those that didn't.
Virginia Lamb and Dolores Sampson have both known people with Alzheimer's disease or other dementias.
My sister, yeah.
Both ladies are hopeful with treatment for the future. In fact, Lamb actually wears a patch as a preventative measure.
My heart doctor said that I was too young to lose my memory, and he was going to give me this heart operation, and he wanted me to be sure to be, my mind to be good as long as the heart thing lasts.
Rivastigmine transdermal, or the Exelon patch, is a prescription medication used to treat mild, moderate to severe memory problems associated with Alzheimer's disease. And even as news of the SOLA study's failure gains momentum, there are advances in studies of another Alzheimer's drug.
So the early phase studies with nilvadipine, which is the drug that the Roskamp Institute discovered may be useful in Alzheimer's disease.
Results of the nilvadipine study, conducted at 28 clinical sites in 9 participating countries, says Mullen, will soon be revealed.
And we've just now finished a phase 3 study. The last patient, last visit, was in November.
Offering hope to people like Sampson, who lost a loved one.
I would try it. I would try the drug, see if it would help. I don't know if it would cure it, but it might help it, slow it down.
And the results of the clinical study involving the drug developed by Roskamp Institute should be available early next year. Back to you, Haley.
Thank you, Alex. Now we're going to head over to Bob and take a look at our forecast.
Well, Haley, we got a big parade taking place on Saturday, and I know Scott Dennis always shows up for that one in Venice, and a lot of people will, but he always tapes this game. This is the classic rivalry. It takes place this weekend. It's the SEC versus the ACC, the Florida Gators versus the Florida State Seminoles. We covered one of those games, Scott. Remember that? Like 27 years ago. We were up there at Florida State. Yeah, he's doing the Gator chomp right now. Mild conditions expected for game time. Kickoff 56 degrees, 8 o'clock. And that will be the kickoff on ABC. So weather looking pretty good for that. And looks like it'll be a pretty good game, too. Both teams are ranked fairly high. Van Way's a webcam showing nice conditions out there in the water. It's pretty comfortable. Good boating weather, too, over the next several days. Make it a little breezy on Sunday, but for the most part, look at this sunset. A beautiful sunset tonight. Some of those high clouds creating some brilliant colors out there this evening. And looks like we have 77 degrees at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. The pressure is way up there, 30-15. That continues to rise, and the high today was above average, 82 degrees. 77 is our normal high. Now, this number will be close to on Saturday and Sunday because of the cold front, so it's not going to be a big one coming through. 90, the record set back in 1963. This morning's low was warmer at 55. No rainfall. It's been dry so far, extremely dry for the month of November. And as far as the hourly forecast goes, temperatures dropping down into the low 60s near the coast. We'll have partly cloudy skies to start the day off with some sunshine intermixed with clouds down again throughout the afternoon. Temperatures statewide, 69 degrees in Jacksonville, 74 in Tallahassee, 75 in Orlando, and temperatures into the low to mid 70s, even some upper 70s still in Punta Gorda, Mayaca City, and Bradenton. 72 at the end of the pier there in Venice, and 75 now in Wauchula. The Gulf temperature at 70 degrees. Well, nationally, there's not a whole lot going on. There is a storm system, but in terms of rough weather and delaying flights significantly and cancellations, that's not happening. Right now, there's some delays going on, about a half hour near Chicago and Detroit and Minneapolis, but that has been about it. Also some delays near New Jersey. The cold front associated with this storm system extends all the way down into Texas now, and that cold front is more of a west to east front. So here's a look at the forecast for Thanksgiving temperatures. Minneapolis, you'd see a high of 35. Washington, 54. Some rain and snow mixed up in the northeast near Boston, and Cleveland will see a high of 46 degrees. Dallas at 67. It will be warm over the southeast on Thanksgiving and dry out west, and some rain as you would expect in the Pacific Northwest in terms of that. As far as the tropical satellite goes, well, we're continuing to watch Otto. Otto is a tropical storm with winds at 70. It could get up to 75. It looks like it's really starting to explode near the center in terms of thunderstorm activity. And the biggest concern with this will be the life-threatening mudslides, which will occur over parts of Central America over the week, next couple of days, I should say. Well, here's a look at the list. Otto, a Category 1 hurricane yesterday, now down to a tropical storm. Paula will be the next storm up. If we do have another storm, you know, our first storm actually occurred in January of this year, so it's been a long season. And as far as the forecast goes, looking pretty good for us. Some sunshine mixed with some clouds occasionally tomorrow, but not much in terms of rainfall with that front as it makes its way to the southeast. And as far as the forecast goes, it looks like this, pretty nice. Again, Saturday, 78 degrees for a high. Sunday, pretty close to average at 77. And then we start to warm up on Monday. And for Thanksgiving, looks to be pretty nice, 82 degrees. And looks like we will see beautiful weather for your Thanksgiving dinner. In fact, with high temperatures in the low 80s. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Should be nice. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. One accident to report. It's in the southbound lanes of I-75 at exit 193 to Jacaranda Boulevard. Do expect to see some slowdowns if you're heading south. Pretty soon, you may not be able to use most of your apps while you're driving. Today, new voluntary guidelines were unveiled to reduce car crashes caused by drivers looking down at their phones.
Now, drivers could still make calls, but the phones and car info systems would lock out the ability to enter text, browse the internet, or watch videos not related to driving. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says 10% of fatal crashes last year involved distracted drivers. Now, if you plan this holiday weekend to have some fun and maybe drink some, make sure you have a backup plan in place before you drive. If you need some help getting home, AAA is offering its tow-to-go service once again. You and your car can get a ride home or to somewhere safe within 10 miles. You just have to call 855-286-9246. Tow-to-go services are being offered today through 6 a.m. on Sunday.
Be safe no matter what you do this holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Entertainment News is next.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation, and everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts, and 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere.
everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
The FBI says it will not file charges against actor Brad Pitt stemming from an alleged dispute with his family aboard a private flight.
The allegations centered on the actor's treatment of his 15-year-old son, but a statement by the FBI says the circumstances were reviewed and no further investigation will be pursued. Angelina Jolie filed for divorce from the actor a few days after this dispute in September. Her attorney says it was for the health of the family. There's a new owner of the Dancing with the Stars Mirror Ball Trophy. Olympic gymnast Laurie Hernandez took first place in the competition. The 16-year-old gold medalist and her partner Val Schmerkovsky beat IndyCar driver James Hinchcliffe and his partner Sharna Burgess. Former NFL star wide receiver Calvin Johnson finished in third place.
Comedian Ellen DeGeneres experienced a delay in getting to the Presidential Medal of Freedom ceremony at the White House yesterday because she forgot her ID. DeGeneres sitting on a park bench before the ceremony, tweeting, "They haven't let me into the White House yet because I forgot my ID, #NotJoking." Fortunately, DeGeneres made it to the event on time, and in a speech honoring her, President Obama praised her for having a way of making people laugh at something rather than someone.
That's true.
She was very moved by the honor, and she was in tears.
And you don't see that that often, especially with comedians. But yeah, that was a big honor for her. I'm sure a special moment, and she's just beloved by pretty much everybody. Yeah.
She's just fun.
And I like that her comedy it's clean, it's family friendly, and it's still funny. You can be funny without being inappropriate.
We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.